The love of money is bad. Money is good. You know when they say, I believe so too, that money is the root of evil. But money is not the root of any evil. It is us. We are the root of the evil. What do we use the money for? And how desperate are we for the money? And what will we do for that money? What you would do for that money is the problem. You know, you will sleep in any time in a hurry for money. You would lie for money. You would kill for money. You would do any negative thing because it's money. You will not speak the truth. You will not stand for your friend even though they are right and accept that money. And that's why we have a corrupted society. So if we teach our children about money and what they can use money for and how money and the love of money, like Mr. Franklin said, can lead us into bad things, won't we have I would say a perfect, a wonderful society? Yes or no? Fantastic. So, this talks about money. It talks about working. When you are through with school, you can earn money by getting a job. But do you have to be through with school before you earn money? No. Okay. I'll pick an example. Have you seen this young man sitting there? His name is Sami. So Sami is a Chinese student at the University of Ghana. He did 1 year gap in China during the coronavirus time. Don't worry, I haven't got coronavirus. And so he's come back and he can speak Chinese. So at my school, there's a parent who brought her children from China. And she wants somebody to teach her children Chinese. And because it's been part of my project Know Thyself, Project Know Thyself is an NGO that supports young people with leadership, to elevate their essentials while they are at school, tertiary and pre-tertiary. So he's done a lot of training, video a lot of trainings and learning with me, reading a lot about life and how to develop his essentials. So he was ready for work. So I called him, I said, would you want to teach Chinese? Because sometimes it says, my smoker, focus, elevating the essentials by radically improve students' learning. We are students. We never stop being students. The fact that you are not in a university at a recognized institution or you are a student, we are all learning. We'll be learning till we die. If you go to that school and he learns more and he's not complacent and he knows, and he decides to enroll at a university to study education.
Owusu Ansako, as he rightly said, with the stage name MLT the Poet. I'm into prose style, like not the real poetry that we all know, but this prose style, that is spoken word. And today, I'm here to do a performance which starts with a question. Everybody dies, but not everybody lives. It is not death that most people are afraid of, but rather getting to the end of life only to realize that you never truly live. There was a study done, a hospital study, on 100 elderly people facing death close to their last breath. They were asked to reflect on their life's biggest regret. Nearly all of them said they regretted not for the thing they did, but for the thing they didn't do. The risk they never took, and the dream they did not pursue. Now I ask you, would your last week be if only I had, hey you, wake up, why do you exist? Life is not to simply wait for the wicked and pay rent. See, me, I don't know much, but I know this. Every person on this earth has a gift. And now I apologize to the black community. But I can no longer pretend. Martin Luther King, that man, never had a dream. That dream had him. See, people don't choose dreams, but dreams choose them. So the question I'm getting to is, do you have the courage to grab the dream that fits you, that befits you or grieves you? Or would you let it get away and sleep through. You know, I learned the fact about airplanes the other day. Now, it was so surprising. See, I was talking to a pilot and he told me that many of his passengers think that planes are dangerous to fly in. But actually he said, planes are a lot more dangerous when you have to stay on the ground. And I said, what? Like, how does it sound? Well, he said, because on the ground, planes begin to rust, malfunction and work, but much faster than it would ever be if it were to be in the air. Now, as I walked away, I thought it makes total sense, because planes were built to live in the skies, and every person was built to live out the dream they have inside. So it is perhaps the saddest loss, to live a whole life on the ground without ever taking off. See, most of us are afraid of the thief that comes in the night to steal all our things. But there is a thief in your mind who is always after your dreams. He's called out. If you see him, call the cops and keep him away from the kids. For he is wanted for a murder. For he has killed many dreams that failure ever did. He wears many disguises, like a pharaoh who will never leave you blinded, divided and turn you to a kinda. See, kinda is people. You know what a kinda is? There are a lot of kinda people. See, you kinda want a career change. You kinda want to get straight A's. You kinda want to get in shape. Simple math, no numbers to crunch. If you kinda want something, then you kinda get the result that you want. What is your dream? What ignites that spark? You can't kinda want that. You got to want it with every part of your whole heart. Will you struggle? Yeah, you will struggle. You fall many times, but who is counting? Just remember that there is no such a thing like a smooth mountain. If you want to make up to the top, there are a lot of sharp ridges you have to step over. There will be a time that you get stressed and things, that you get depressed over. Now let me tell you something. Steven Spielberg was rejected from a film school 3 times. 3 times, he kept going. The television exit, that fine Oprah said she was unfit for TV, yet she kept going. Critics told Beyonce that she couldn't sing. She went through depression, yet she kept going. See, struggles and criticism are the prerequisite for greatness. That is the law of the universe, and no one can escape that. Because pain is life, but you can choose one type. Either the pain on the road of success, or either the pain of being hunted with regret. If you want my advice, don't take it twice, because you have been given a gift which is all life, so don't own it. Now sometimes you got to leave and grow your wings on the way down, but you better get a shot before the clock runs out, because there is no do-over, there is no overtime in life, and I know I sound like I am preaching or speaking with force, but if you don't use your gift, you don't sell only yourself out, but the whole world short. So whatever invention that you have buried in your mind, what skills do you have inside to bring out to the universe? See, unique meaning one, verse meaning song. You have to play in this song. So grab the microphone and be brave. Sing your whole heart on a live stage. Because you can never go back and make a brand new beginning. But you can start now and make a brand new ending. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, men and good fellows. Before you start, I need to know the people that I'm addressing. How many of you are self-employed? How many of you have one? How many of you want to be self-employed? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, thank you. Now, success. Success has formula. They are principles. They are laws. Bible says, iron sharpened iron. The friends who keep will determine their height. Your respect for time. I like referring to the Bible because it's the source of wealth. If you don't know, then learn it. Because if So the white man will pay you for your work for every hour. They are counting the law of accountability. You account for everything you've done within the hour. It's not how they pay. Per hour they rate. So they give you the scope of work and says, let me determine what you've been able to do within the hour. The law of servantship is in the Bible. Customer service is out of servantship. So there are laws that you need to apply. Hard work. But in business, you need to work smart, not hard. In business, you don't work hard.
Anybody to share an idea? Alright, so I'll give you what my understanding is. Agriculture is a science or a tool to plow the land, till the land, prepare it, plant, and then you do your harvesting. Agribusiness is the process whereby the third party, your mother, goes to the farmer, purchases whatever harvest they got from the farm, and then go and sell it for you and I to go and buy and consume. Okay? How many of you would want to go into agriculture or farming? How many? How many? Hey, you don't want to say a woman, you want to color your hair, you want to go to pen and paper. You don't know, now that's the gold mine, agriculture. You see with the family way inside. That's the gold mine right now. So we're talking about exploring the opportunities in agri-business or agriculture. What do you think are some of the things you can do? If you don't want to go into the typical farming, what do you think are some of the things you can do to provide service or run it as a business for a farmer who is in the rural area? What do you think you can do? Yes, I do. Packaging. Yes. Packaging of the farm produce. So let's say you're a cabbage farmer and she comes to buy your cabbage. She packages it nicely and leaves it at the doorstep of the corporate women who will not go to the office. Go to the market to buy. Now that's agribusiness right there. That is identifying an opportunity. Because you see, the farmers, when they bring the produce, they just leave it there. Okay? And they sell it like that. But she takes a step further by packaging it. And that makes it more appealing and attractive for me to go and buy. I just have to wash and start chopping my cabbage and prepare my food or whatever I want to do. There's this lady that works at GH1, and she is a member of the Mandela Fellowship. I think she even traveled abroad because you know what she does? She goes to Agro-Grocery, go and buy the farm produce, package it nicely, and then deliver it at the doorstep of women who will not be able to go to the market with it because they are tired. And that is agribusiness right there. Staring in the face, not having to make for me. Staring in the face of you. Okay? Now, let's move to some quick pointers. Alright? So provide farm advisory services to farm-based organizations. And that is what I do. I have a snail farm. I just started in Shire Hills. It's in high demand. The market demand for snail is just, unimaginable. But I'm yet to start selling because I didn't start early. Now, what I do aside the snail farm is to provide consultational and advisory services to aspiring farmers and those who are already there. And most of my clients are people in abroad, the Ghanaians abroad, and those who want to come to Ghana and start farming. They call me after watching the interview on YouTube. Okay, I'm trying to this farm. How do I speak? Even plants and animals have seeds. What about you as our creation? God. And these seeds are what I call abilities. They are the things you do with less struggle. They are the things you do and get fulfilled in life. You can only survive in this generation if you are able to discover your ability in line with your uniqueness. Let me give you a typical example.
my generation and impact their lives. That was when I found fulfillment in poetry. There are too many people jumping around looking for a job without spending time with themselves, discovering their value. And let me tell you, if you spend time with yourself to discover your value, companies will come for you. You no longer have to run to companies. You can only learn from people you admire. You can't be like them. Because if you choose to be like people you admire, you will die being the photocopy of someone instead of being your original self. And that is what I call fatal failure. Irrespective of the amount of money you earn your whole life. I'll conclude by saying that spend time with yourself because you have something inside of you that the world needs. You have something inside of you that your generation needs. And it is only when you spend time with yourself that you can discover your value.
Just return contact, get linked with.
Then I said to myself, enough of working for people. It's about time you prove what you're capable of. And that was when I sat down, developed a script for business friends, recorded it, and went to DH1. And I got funded assurance as my first sponsor. And it was on TV for 4 years with almost 3 awards. So there had to be a time. You need to plan. Whilst you're working and studying people, like he said, you need to follow someone. My journey as a broadcaster, I had to co-host on Radio Gold. I had to carry the bags and shoes of Anita on Morning Ride on Metro TV. Yes, I carry a daughter behind my back doing tutu gobbing. I do all those things. When the time was right and I knew I'm a full-fledged producer and presenter, I took my step and I never regret it. I'm winning all the way. So that has to be the time.
Thank you very much. The general question.
It is not good to be overambitious. Honestly, if you want to, okay, never set yourself short. Be an all-rounder. Are you getting the understanding? Look for people that are equally aggressive, sure, ambitious, and affiliate yourself with. You get your destinations quicker. Are you getting the understanding? So, by all means, go for it. Go for it. Any other business that comes in, as a matter of fact, I do this exercise. I tell people, if you can wave a magic wand, what would you want to have? Make a list, write it down. Are you getting the understanding? Where I am, my career, I've done cleaning before, I've done chef, I've done, but I was fired for a while waiting stuff. I couldn't pour the right apple. Are you getting something? But I learned customer service out of it, which has contributed to my experience today. So by all means, don't say, oh, I want to do sewing and sewing only. No. We did a program here in GH Media. It's called a Jewel in the Street. We picked kind of girls, 20 girls, and then we wanted to groom them. Now, what we did differently was we were not going to limit what individual want to become. So we gave them the opportunity to demonstrate what they are interested in. Some of them are still, most of them are still in GH Media, and they actually identify their best, and they are best at what they do. So don't be numb, spread yourself, and by all means, definitely be ambitious. Okay, thank you.
Let's do the first.
business. This is what I did for some business I just started. I mean, the supermarket is some few months. At times, you need to start something to raise money to do the main project you are dreaming of. Okay? When I take water from Belapa, Specialized and all that. Now, I was wondering, because there were a couple of shops around already. So the guy who came to me asked me, Auntie, how do you intend selling it? Now, so I said, I'm before driving cars. And those who want to buy the pure water, those who are walking to buy one after the other. Then he told me this. And then I won't call traffic light, first light, home. Girls, more. Talk, rubber balls, if possible, to exchange their 5 being town. Convince them that baby offer is a normal item. Or member item, the eye block back on, the 2 should walk. Brilliant idea. So by the time he has stocked his shop and waiting for the big men and the individuals to come and pick it one after the other, these sales girls would have sold my water